Hi, I'm Joanna Kujath. I'm a transformational mentor and the author of Unveiling the Narcissist. I help people enmeshed in crazy-making relationships unentangle themselves from the invisible strings that still bind them. I help them go from confusion and emotional instability to clarity, certainty, and inner peace, so they can transform their psychological, emotional, and spiritual wounds and live their best life ever. In this video, I'm going to share an often overlooked, healthier perspective about how you can more accurately calculate what you've lost versus what you've gained by being in a relationship with a narcissist. But before I get to that, I'd like to ask you for your help with an important research project I'm doing in the next month or so. As I finalize my signature program, which I plan to launch later this year, it'd really mean the world to me if you'd be open to having a short interview with me, as I'm keen to know where you are on your healing journey. I took a long time off YouTube to focus and invest my time and energy in this important venture, which I know will be of extreme value to you. So please let me know in the comments below if you'd be open to a confidential 30-minute chat on Zoom. With that being said, what have you gained by losing them? By choosing limited or no contact with the manipulative, exploitative, self-centered narcissist? Have you not gained experience, maturity, wisdom, clarity, sanity, and freedom? Have you not also gained a chance to start again, to really know who you are, what you need, and what makes you happy? Let's not remain confused about what it is that we gain and what we actually lose. Because people who don't understand narcissistic abuse presume it's the same for all relationships, but it's not. This was not a healthy relationship or a normal family. Neither was it just a bad relationship, which is a dismissive and minimizing comment by someone who evidently lacks the understanding of what we've been through. The relationship we're referring to, its foundation was based on deception, exploitation, and abuse. People can't grasp the cruelty and neglect of being raised by a narcissistic mother, for example, or the oppression of being married to a narcissist, or the soul-crushing experience of being daily indoctrinated in an authoritarian narcissistic cult. Our stories become too much for normal people. They simply lack the context, so their inability to understand makes us feel further invalidated. But it's not their fault, because narcissistic abuse is simply incomprehensible to most people. So back to the subject at hand. What have you truly lost? A fake relationship, numerous fantasies, unreliable sources of comfort and stability, someone that you can't count on? You've lost the burden of false obligations. You haven't lost a loving family. Let's get that straight. You've lost a dysfunctional one, where you were indoctrinated to believe that blood was thicker than abuse. Perhaps you've lost a Disney family, which is a covert narcissist favorite type, the one whose members all perform a role, where you're scapegoated, bullied, feel invisible, or are only rewarded for a performance that enhances the narcissist's delusion. If you were married to a narcissist, what you've truly lost is a lifestyle on the Truman Show. You've said goodbye to insincerity, questioning your worth, the need to blindly comply in order to survive, psychological torture, existing in numbness, apprehension, but hopefully by now you've also lost denial, in which most people still exist in, living in a malignant state of hope of one day things will get better. Denial is the most difficult defense to let go of. It literally steals our life from us, and we rudely awaken decades later. We're usually unpleasantly awakened out of that hypnotic trance of denial by life forcing us to confront a harsh reality that we cannot assimilate. There are some things that we simply cannot unknow or unsee. And these events burst the bubble of denial. On this profit and loss report regarding your narcissist, let's also include other losses, such as you've given up the extinguishing of your life force. And most of all, you've lost the predictable path to a slow death in order to save your life. I know it, I've seen it, and I've lived it. And I've lost loved ones to it. I'm too familiar with all the shades and subtleties of the programming we receive in order for this psycho-spiritual pathology to continue to exert its domination over our lives. I hope this blunt description has given you a reality check about what it is that we truly lose and what we actually gain when we say no to abuse. There are many casualties in these relationships, but the knowledge we've gained means that we can no longer be held hostage, and thus our courage can pave the way for others. Can you see how upon closer inspection of all these perceived reasons to grieve, these are not losses but gains. They are not reasons to be sad, but reasons to celebrate. And I'm not suggesting to sweep your grief or pain under the rug. No, that's avoidance. I'm certainly not encouraging more denial. What I'm inviting you to do is to change your focus. Grieve your losses. Take as much time as your heart needs. But then don't look back. Don't second guess your decisions. Time is of the essence. They had too many chances to show you they genuinely cared, and yet failed consistently. And speaking of chances, you now have a chance to really get to know yourself, to embrace your unique talents, to share your successes. You've reclaimed your God-given right to live. And I acknowledge you for the strength and courage you've demonstrated, and I encourage you to keep moving forward. It's not easy, but you're worth it. I truly wish you all the happiness, peace, and love in the world. And remember that the world changes one heart at a time. May that heart be yours. In regards to your heart, please let me know in the comments below. How are you feeling? What are some of the things you still find challenging? Are you counting your losses? Has it been difficult to let go or move on? Or are you able to count your gains now? I'd love to touch base with everybody who's watched my videos over the years, and I'd appreciate hearing how your journey toward wholeness is going.